Hi everybody, thanks for joining us here at Tiki West. Today Tina and I are going to walk around the property. We're getting ready to start our landscaping and we're going to stop here and there and take some pictures and, well, same old stuff. We're going to start the landscaping now. We've got pretty much everything ready to go. So without further ado, I welcome you to walk around the outside of the property. So here we are walking down the property, and we'll stop in here and there and tell you a little bit about what's going on. As we leave the house, we're walking down. This was a road at one time, but it reverted back to the property owners, so that is what used to be the road coming in, but it's not there anymore. So anyway, Tina is taking pictures of plants and trees and stuff that we're going to go around and take clippings of and replant. We'll take seedlings and we'll replant the seedlings around the property. We have started the landscaping, as it were. So you'll see in here that I was walking around and there was a black snake, and I'll jump in here and there and talk a little bit and tell you about what's going on as we're walking around. Those are yucca trees and beauty berries that I'm pointing to. As you can see, it's pretty much all sand. I am trying to grade it down, and that's what I was saying, I didn't finish. I'm trying to grade it down smooth, level, because I have, once this goes to grass, I have a brush hog that I attach to the back of the tractor, and I can go around and mow all this and it'll be really green. That's why I say I can't wait for it to green back up. And I'm not gonna seed it because it's too much area to seed. A 60-pound bag of grass seed is about 120 bucks, and that barely covers an acre and a half. And it's a lot of weed that's just annual rye. It dies out every year, and I want something that stays green, like some Bermuda, and that's just, well, I'll scatter a little here and there, and over the course of a couple rains it'll really spread out. But it's been kind of dry here, so this is all pretty dry right now. A good rain would bring it back all green again, but it's good that it's not green so that I can see what's level and what isn't, and pick up all the big sticks out of the brush before I go through it with my mower. So we're down here on the creek bed. And you can see the log. That's the tree. If you've been follow me on Facebook or anywhere else I might be posting. That is the tree that we cut down up by the tractor garage last week. And I drug it down by this is the very edge of our property, and beyond that log is it's about a 35-foot drop. So I wanted to put something down there for not only walking safety, but so that I don't drive the tractor over the edge of the cliff. But we're almost to the very far corner of our property. Some of you may remember we were looking at a property. This is the border of that property that we're standing on the line of. As you're looking at the log on the right, as we walk down this hill, across the creek, the property starts before the creek. So the creek is actually on the other property, but it goes up to the top of the hill where I was waving my hand. You can't even see the cabin that's up there, and it's got its own road to get up there. And anyway, it's really beautiful out here. I don't even know how to describe what it's like to walk around out here. We're at the very end of the road, so you know there is nobody else around us. I mean, we can hear what's going on sometimes, but not very often. When I say we can hear what's going on, somebody at the other end of our road might have a party, and we can hear a faint music, or somebody might be out hunting and we can hear them shooting, because beyond our property at the back there's definitely animals, wild animals. We've heard the coyotes out there late at night. And you heard me yell for Bill. I try to keep Bill, you know, as close to the property as possible so that he doesn't encounter any wild animals. We're at the very back property line now. You'll see the fences going up. We have two sections. There's the property marker. That where I'm pointing is up the hill. So that is the corner. I'm sorry, it's a little shaky, but that's one corner, and Bill is walking towards the other back of the property, across the back. It's about, from the house, it's about, oh, I'd say 300 feet. So, let's see, what have I said? We did put in a firing range. I have so many projects going around the property right now. It's really pretty hard to keep up with everything, and that's probably not a good thing. But it does keep me out of trouble. I'm not out stealing hubcaps. Okay, so you can see as we're walking, there's the laundry room for the campground. And that yellow line on the right side is the back property line. And I think I said that Tina and I walk this every couple of days so that if there's something I need to get out of the ground or that she wants to change before I tear it up or do too much more to it. But there's still a lot left to do out here. And it's just me and Bruce doing the work, and Bruce is trying to work on his house now, so he's not working so much down here at the house. He wants to get his place done. But so I go out and I work a little bit myself and do a little bit myself, but for the fence and that, I wait for Bruce. And as I spin back around, you can see right where the modular was sitting. See if I can watch here a little bit and tell you where I see it at. We're walking towards the firing range right now. This is one of the lowest points on the property right here where we're standing. But see the blue beauty berries there on the tree. It's another roll of fence. You'll start seeing the fence that we've installed so far. It's a long way around this property, let me tell you. It's almost 6 acres. I think it's about, I don't know, 1/8 of an acre short of 6 acres or something like that. Might 1/4 of an acre. But take all this wood and use it for the line down there. I'm going to put those pieces of cement inside the firing range area so that it doesn't, you can walk out to it. See, it just takes time. You got to go through the area. You take the tractor and you pull it along and you clean the area as you go, and that's just, it takes a lot of time. Oh, I see he's got 2 more skins here, so that's even further. I think down here is the only area I haven't got to clean yet. Yeah, he needs a lot more staples on this fence. No staples on this fence. Yeah, if it's got a hole in the bottom of it, and you can always tell it's an oak, water oak. What? Where is it? Yeah, you can always tell it's a water. Okay, so we're almost up to the very corner of the other end of the property now. And I think I pan around and I catch the corner marker. But when we first bought the property, I tried to get to this corner and I couldn't even get to it. I did manage to get most of the way to an oak tree, but this was so thick and overgrown that he had to come through here with a mulcher, tree mulcher, and I have that video. I'll have to pull that up again. These videos I do and post, they're not really for, we don't have a whole lot of people that follow us because I'm not really good with the camera, and it's just for Tina and I. You know, when you get older, nobody's coming to take care of you. We know that. So to help you remember things that you did, and Alzheimer's, and you know, reliving the past when you can't drive anymore or can't work anymore. But I'm walking back to the oak tree. This is the corner marker. I think I go there and I turn around and I show you where the actual marker for the property is. But you can see the fence is right down the property line, and there's the marker. I got my hand in that green marker. So, and on this side of the fence that we're going to walk up, the rails that we used were extra deck boards. And if you saw my other video about the deck and how we used the deck and cut it up, it was all treated lumber, and it was all still green, was still had like brand new. They had gone ahead and painted it, and it was still just as nice as it ever was. I'm pointing right now to a looks like one of the tall pines. They took a lot of pine out of this acre right here, but they left a lot. So there's the rails. That's all part of the decking that we took off the back of the modular. That was another video. The modulars are leaving. So 2 years has passed. Not quite 2, but seems like 2. So the house is done. I guess I need to do a video on that since we're all moved in. I got one more thing I'm going to do on that fence yet, but we'll wait and see how the time goes. Here's a pile of brush I just pushed down from the other side of the property. We'll probably do a couple more burns yet before we're all done. This is not the first house I've ever built for myself, but I did have plans to build one in Northern California some 30 years ago. I had the property and the blueprints, and well, life happens, you know. Family members die, and you got to give up some plans for one thing or another, but it all comes out in the wash. So this is going to be, yeah, I'm going to call it a pasture of sorts. If we decide to have some animals, this will be where I'll put the animals out in this area here, because it's pretty much flat pasture. Not so many trees as what's on the other acres. This is the 3rd acre down on the back 3. The middle one is all but brushed out. That's the one that's got the campground on it. And the last one was down by the creek, which has still got a lot of trees, and it's pretty steep grade. So I got a fence there to put up. Tina and I were talking about buying 2 gates to put there. So we're going to walk up the rest of the path. We have left the back acre. Now we're going on to the front acre. And this part of the path was the first path I cut. You can see the bottles on the right side and left side. You'll see the wine bottles. And I came through here with the other tractor, and I cut all this path, and it just grew back over the course of doing the property. But pretty much I cut this when we were putting the fence up. You can see the fence there on the right hand side. That was earlier this year, I think we did that. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of work to taking care of this property, but I'm thinking once it's all cut in, I can just ride the lawnmower around. We have 2 lawnmowers, a small one and a big one, so. I'm doing clumps of trees, you know, round areas and square areas, triangular areas, and I'm mulching them in with what I have to work with. Just you know, something tranquil to come and peacefully walk around. And it's easier to do the work in the wintertime. Still way too hot to be out there doing, and I'm doing a lot of it still on the tractor, and it gets hot on the tractor. I mean, I come in, I'm just soaking wet on the tractor from sweating. I must be explaining something to Tina. One second. Okay, so we're almost to the very front corner. It still looks like I have this will all comes out really nice when I go through it. We've already mowed a few places around the property to show what it looks like all cleaned up, but we might have gone through and mowed them down and changed our idea already. You're going to see here in just a minute if I still have it. We took out one layer of logs coming in, so it's not tiered 3, it's only tiered 2. We added some very large log optical points, which we'll plant some black-eyed Susans out of. This is probably one of the biggest projects that I've done for myself. Without a doubt, it's definitely the biggest project. The difference being is I have no access to manpower to make it go faster or find the quality of people to do the work that my standards require. I found that out when we had the concrete done and the people that came in and did the tile. Well, I thought that they were professional, and in fact they were just something other than that. That's okay, it's all good. So it looks like we're now at the back wall of the driveway coming in. One second. You'll see the driveway here pretty quick. We're gonna cross over onto the other side. I don't recall how much I was filming beyond this, because by the time I get around over there, I'm already thinking of something I want to do with the tractor the same day. Tina says I get on the tractor and can't get me off. Well, this tractor, if I would have had this tractor to begin with, it would have been another story. That's okay. So what I'm doing here is we're standing at the front. You can see the back corner from the driveway. That's effectively where we're that focal point right there. And then there's another focal point. There's two. I put in 3 the other day, and you can see clearly right here what I did the other day. And we have markers out there. That's going to be some landscaping that's going in there. But we had this all planted and cut, and I took a row of the logs out because it was just wasn't very even at all. It didn't look natural to me. But this will all grow back in really quick now. This I seeded with I did this 2 days ago. I seeded that with Bermuda grass, and that stuff will grow right in. And you're gonna see I walked up here. There's a low spot when they put the pad in. Long story. Anyway, I dug the hole a little deeper, and then I filled it back in. Didn't fill it in far enough, so I need to bring some dirt back in. I had to bulldozer to push it, but didn't know enough about using a bulldozer to know how to push a lot of dirt in and across a major area. I just needed the bulldozer to clear around the septic system so I could get the septic tanks in. But the idea was to push some dirt from the other side of the property. But this is going to be some more of the walking path when I get done with it. This was all grown in, and I tore it all up. But you can see it's a little low. I could leave it as such and let it grow in, which is probably what I'll do, and I'll probably bring in some fill slowly because the price of gas, the cost of the fill is real high right now. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of the video. I'll go ahead and say thanks for watching. We appreciate the walk around with us. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. That's the front driveway coming in with the skinned fence. That's the last piece we put in with the metal. One piece there to cut yet. But there's a tree stump. You can see how much dirt we took down. That was cut off at the ground level. So you can see how much dirt we cut out of here. The idea originally of the house was to have a door on both ends of the RV garage so that we could pull in and pull out, but the layout on the property wasn't as such to do that. I see I could probably do it now. However, I have to make sure that when I put the driveway in, I have to take it away